32-29, the final. The Chiefs are headed to the Super Bowl. Oh. Who else joining me in New Orleans, by the way? Chiefs Kingdom, who else is going to be out there? I want to know who's going to be joining me in New Orleans. I cannot wait. A week in New Orleans. Paid work trip. Does it get any better than that, folks? Eating and drinking on the company dime. Hell yeah. That's what dreams are made of, my friends. All right. Post-game report. Let's talk about it right now here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Here we go. The Kansas City Chiefs are Super Bowl bound as they defeat the Buffalo Bills 32-29 with a chance to make history as the first team ever to go back to back to back as Super Bowl champions as they bring home Lamar Hunt's trophy in a thrilling win. Welcome in to this post-game edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. What a win for the Kansas City Chiefs. A back-and-forth game. The Chiefs trailed going into the fourth quarter, and then they put the hammer down. The defense, they gave up a lot of points, but they made plays when it mattered. Not one, but two fourth down stops in the fourth quarter. Patrick Mahomes was awesome tonight. 18 of 26, 245 yards, a touchdown, also had 43 rushing yards. Mahomes had an early fumble in the first half. But as the game went on, he continued to make progress and make plays time and time again. The run game, 135 yards on the ground tonight. A collective effort from Hunt to Worthy to Mahomes. Isaiah Pacheco coming through at the end of this game. And how about the receivers, folks? Xavier Worthy with a big night tonight. Remember when they tried to say he was a gadget player? Remember that? In the AFC Championship Game, he leads this team in receiving with 6 catches for 85 yards and a touchdown. Juju came through. 2 catches, 60 yards. Hollywood with a big game. 3 catches, 35 yards. Kelce with some big grabs. 2 catches, 19 yards. Pirine with the dagger at the end with 1 catch and 12 yards. Pacheco, 2 catches and 12 yards. This was a team effort. And I'll say this. Was it the best day from the defense? Certainly not. Certainly not. But they made plays in big moments, time and time again. When the Chiefs needed their defense to step up, the defense answered the call tonight. They gave up 374 total yards. They gave up 22 first downs. But they made plays. They made it happen. The Bills won the time of possession too. 30 minutes and 32 seconds. But in the end, the Chiefs came through. Nothing was given to them. I know people are going to point to the Xavier Worthy catch and say that was not a catch, but everyone knows the tie goes to the offense, and Worthy was able to haul that in. And here we are, and the Chiefs get this done. And let me say this. I've been talking the last week about this matchup, and one of the things that I continue to say, folks, that this one was personal. The 3 Super Bowl titles, they've all been fantastic. It has been a wonderful journey in this Chiefs dynasty experience. But this year, this Chiefs team, what did the haters say? The haters said they're frauds. They're lucky. They get bailed out by the refs. They're really not that good. And they just kept on finding ways to win time and time again. Before tonight, the Chiefs had not scored 31 points, and more than 31 points in a single game all season. They needed 32 to get the job done tonight. They did what they needed to do. They found a way to get it done and get this win. And for everybody that wanted to write them off, this one was the Chiefs playing with an edge, playing with something to prove. on offense, on defense. Heck, even Harrison Butker was the big talker of the offseason, right? And Harrison Butker had some clutch kicks. Even on special teams, this was personal. Even Matt Araiza. Remember when he got cut by Buffalo? When he was wrongfully accused? And here he is. He's going to the Super Bowl, and he beats the Buffalo Bills. This was a major FU to the Buffalo Bills, to everybody in the National Football League. This said to all the haters and the losers, kiss my ass. The dynasty is alive and well. We ain't slowing down. It's not the Bills' time. They hate us because they ain't us. And we got the chance to do it again. What's your one-word reaction to the Chiefs' performance against Buffalo? My one word is, wow. Wow, wow, wow. They found a way. They found a way, folks. This team, they got something in them. And I tried to tell you all year long, they're not frauds. Good teams find ways to win. And tonight, they found another way to get it done. Folks, we had an incredible time at our watch party. You can see the results of the watch party in the jersey. That's kind of tells you all you need to know if you missed out. We not only passed 68,000 subscribers on the channel, we passed 67,000 subscribers as well. And you know what? Our coverage is only going to go up from here. I'm headed to New Orleans. Next Sunday, me and the Chat Sports crew, we're going to load up a couple of SUVs. We're going to drive down to New Orleans, and we're going to cover the Super Bowl. And we're going to bring you exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. So I want to make sure you're a part of the journey through the Super Bowl, through the offseason. We are covering this team like no one else does. For the latest happenings on your Kansas City Chiefs, subscribe now for free. Sub for Chiefs Dubs. You'll be glad you did. Let's tell you about today's sponsor. That is Game Time. Game Time is the place to go for the best seats, the lowest prices guaranteed. Whether you're looking for tickets to sporting events, concerts, theater productions, comedy shows, and more, Game Time has got you covered. I got to tell you, attending playoff games, it doesn't beat the experience. And I've had the pleasure of taking my dad to a playoff game before. And maybe you're looking for tickets to the big game, or it's other events in Kansas City, sport events, concerts, theater productions, whatever it may be. Maybe you want to go cheer on KU. They could use some help right now. Go check out Game Time. They got the events, the prices listed. You choose your seat, see if you like that seat or not, and then you're checking out on Game Time. Game Time is a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals and great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. They have their super deals. If you see a super deal, that's a deal you don't want to pass up on. You can customize your spot. They have their seat views as well. And with Game Time, the lowest price is guaranteed. Or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your tickets are guaranteed to be delivered on time, and your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code ChatSports, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. The link is in the comments and the description of today's video. Game Time, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. You know, this game came down to several things. Number one, I think, was coaching. I think Andy Reid outcoached Sean McDermott, and he showed why he's one of the greatest coaches of all time, getting win number 301, putting Patrick Mahomes in position to succeed, putting their best foot forward, making the right calls time and time again. Patrick finishes the night with 245 yards, a touchdown, and 43 rushing yards as well. Think about this, and 2 rushing touchdowns, along with the passing touchdown. Think about this. All the talk going into this game was about how much better of an athlete Josh Allen is, and that he's this great runner. And Patrick Mahomes, we heard the haters say, oh, he's not as good as Josh Allen now. Josh Allen was not as good running the football as Patrick Mahomes. And he wasn't as good throwing the football as Patrick Mahomes either. Mahomes outplayed him. And Andy put him in that position to succeed. The run game. One of the things I've told you about the run game over the last couple of weeks, I don't care who leads this team in rushing. I really don't. I just want to see this team find a rhythm in some way, shape, or form. 135 yards in the ground, 3 touchdowns. And it comes by the way of Kareem Hunt getting 64, Mahomes getting 43, Worthy getting 16, and Pacheco getting 12 yards. You eclipsed over 130 yards. It doesn't matter how you got there. You made it work. And that's what Andy is so good about, is finding ways to make it work. And he made it work in the run game. Can I defend my guy, Xavier Worthy? Can I defend him for a moment? I've been sick and tired all year long. You know, of all the things that people criticize this Chiefs team all year long, the stupidest of them all may have been writing off Xavier Worthy. That might have been the dumbest thing that was uttered from people across the National Football League. I said, he's a rookie. He's going to take time. He's not just a gadget guy. He is a true threat. And in the second half of the season, we have seen a different Xavier Worthy than the version we saw at the beginning of the season. And on the biggest stage, in the biggest game of his career, newsflash, this was bigger than the Sugar Bowl, all right? He came through. He delivered. Not just in the receiving game, but the rushing game as well. We told you earlier in the week about finding an X factor, that it was so disappointing in the divisional round when Juju, D-Hop, and Hollywood combined for 0 catches. For our Spanish friends, that's called cero. Juju, 2 catches, 60 yards? That's awesome. Great. Works for me. Works for me. Juju came through. Hollywood had some nice catches. It wasn't Travis's best night, but it was enough. Juju, they signed him for next to nothing before the season. They got their money's worth out of Juju tonight, I can tell you that much. The Chiefs will play the Eagles in the Super Bowl. Eagles had a dominating win today against the Commanders. And Chiefs defense had some problems stopping the run tonight as they gave up 147 yards and 85 yards to James Cook. I'm a little concerned about that matchup, facing Saquon, who's been the best running back in football this year. But with that said, who do you got? You going with the Chiefs or are you going with the Eagles? Type KC for Chiefs, type PHI for Philly. Get your predictions in now for the Super Bowl and let us know. Let's talk about the defense here for a moment. Gave up a lot of yards. They certainly did. They didn't force any turnovers. But they got 2 sacks. They had 8 quarterback hits. They had 3 TFLs, and they made the necessary plays. The necessary plays. And Josh Allen, they really tried to say that he could beat Patrick, that he was better than Patrick. I mean, you could argue Josh choked tonight. That when the stage and the lights were on, Josh didn't come through. Granted, I think the defense deserves credit for that, the defense at the plays they made. Connor was great tonight. Drew and Bolton, Justin Reed. It was a collective effort. I don't think you had necessarily one standout tonight. Mike Dana was really good too, Wharton among others. This was a collective effort because the Bills had this offense clicking. I mean, Mac Hollins, of all people, had 3 catches for 73 yards tonight, leading the Bills in receiving. But it didn't matter because they came through with those big plays. Now you win this, 32-29. And no disrespect, to quote the great Ricky Bobby, with all due respect, and then you can say whatever you want, right? I think this was the toughest team you were going to face in this postseason, was the Buffalo Bills. That does not mean that it's a given that you're going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl by any stretch of the imagination. 2 weeks to prepare and all that. But the fact that you passed this test tonight I think you got to be feeling really, really good about this matchup with Philly. You got 2 weeks to figure out how to stop Saquon Barkley. 2 weeks. That's the assignment ahead. You got this one. Now let's see what Spags can do to slow down Saquon. And the Chiefs had the 5th-ranked rushing defense in the NFL this season. Didn't look like it tonight. But I can't imagine that rush defense playing much worse in the Super Bowl either. We'll see. How would you grade the performance? A, B, C, D, or F. I told you it would take an A effort to beat Buffalo tonight. That was an A. They found a way to get it done. I'll give them an A. Give me your grade in the comments section. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Chiefs Report. Going to be a fun week ahead. Let's load up the SUV. Let's get down to New Orleans, baby. Continuing coverage on your Kansas City Chiefs right here on the channel. Subscribe now. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.